Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, host of Intellect Digest, and Xiaomi has just announced a price cut for the Xiaomi Mi 4. With the price cut, the Xiaomi Mi 4 16GB 3G variant is now selling at 15,000 rupees, which is an incredible price point. But what it means is that Xiaomi Mi 4i, which is selling at 13,000 rupees, is at a gap of only 2,000 rupees now. So let's find out what do you get when you spend 2,000 extra and get a Mi 4 instead of Mi 4i in this full comparison video. Let's get started. There are many similarities between these two phones, and the similarities include a 5-inch full high definition display which is stunning and which is equally beautiful on both the phones. But except for display, there are major differences when it comes to build quality, specifications, features, and what all you get with these two phones. I'll start with the design and build quality. Mi 4 is made of a premium steel case and it comes with a very solid and robust design. It is also heavier than the Mi 4i, which is made up of polycarbonate materials. In terms of visual appeal, design, and richness, the Mi 4 is a much better design and uses metal and glass design compared to polycarbonate and glass that you find on the Mi 4i. In terms of display quality, they are both equally good and they produce sharp pictures, and the color quality is also very good. They both get sunlight display technology, which was introduced with Mi 4i, but the software update has been rolled out for Mi 4 as well, and it also gets sunlight display, which means that it will improve the contrast of images when you are in bright sunlight. In terms of audio quality, Mi 4i has a rear facing speaker, whereas Mi 4 has a bottom firing speaker, which is a better design in our opinion because a bottom firing speaker gives you better crisp audio even when you place the phone on a flat surface. Talking of the camera quality, there are 13 megapixel sensors on both of the phones on the rear, but the image quality that we get on the Mi 4 is better compared to Mi 4i, and it is superior in terms of detailing as well as clarity on the Mi 4. The Mi 4 also allows you to shoot in 4K videos, whereas the Mi 4i supports only up to full high definition video recording. When it comes to front-facing shooter, there is an 8 megapixel camera on the Mi 4, which is a wider angle lens with larger aperture compared to the Mi 4i, which is a 5 megapixel sensor and produces good quality pictures but not as good as you would find on Mi 4. So in terms of both front as well as rear cameras, Mi 4 leads the Mi 4i considerably. Talking of the performance, there is Snapdragon 801 chipset on the Mi 4, whereas there is Snapdragon 615 chipset found on the Mi 4i. The Snapdragon 801 is a far superior chipset compared to the Snapdragon 615 and produces less heat. It also comes with 3GB of RAM compared to 2GB of RAM on the Mi 4i. So Mi 4 has better performance as well as more RAM, so it will give you better performance in gaming as well as heavy application scenarios as well as in general multitasking scenarios. But when it comes to expandable memory, none of these phones support expandable memory, while both of them support USB OTG cable, so you can have your movies as well as videos. The battery capacity is not much different. There is 3080 mAh battery on Mi 4 and 3120 mAh battery on Mi 4i. However, with a more efficient Snapdragon 801 chip, the Mi 4 gives you better battery capacity. And the 4G variant of the Mi 4 also comes with 64GB internal memory. Another major difference between these two phones is that the Mi 4i runs on top of Android Lollipop, whereas Mi 4 runs on top of Android KitKat. But both run MIUI version 6, so practically for you it will make no difference when you look at the UI. The interface is exactly the similar on both the phones. The UI is feature loaded and both phones perform very fast, so when it comes to performance, there is no glitch on either of these phones. But when it comes to heating while gaming and running heavy applications, the Mi 4 heats much less compared to Mi 4i because it gets a Snapdragon 615 chipset which has intrinsic heating problems. So given a choice, I would prefer to spend 2,000 rupees extra and go for a Mi 4 rather than Mi 4i, as it gives me more feature, better build quality, extra features like an infrared blaster to control my television, etc. It is an overall better choice and gives you much superior value for money compared to a Mi 4i, especially on a price difference which is as little as 2,000 rupees. This is all we have on this comparison. We hope you liked watching this video. If you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up by pressing the like button below. I hope to see you on my next video. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.